What are some of the best online AI tools you can use to help create your images or illustrations for your books? Now, there's ones like Midjourney you can use, but there's plenty of others that you may not even know about. So in this video, we're going to show you a few of the different options you do have, but importantly, how good are the images based on the same prompt across these different platforms, and can we get consistency of characters? So if you had a book with 18 pages and you wanted the same character to flow throughout, how hard is that to do? So if you haven't been to this channel before, welcome. My name is Romney, and if you want more information about publishing your books, make sure you visit globalselfpublishing.com. Let's get into these different platforms now. I'll also include the links to these different platforms in the description, so you're welcome to go and check those out. Anyway, let's get on to the first one right now. So the first one we'll go to is ChatGPT, and I've got the paid version, so I'm going to use this to find out how good an illustration or image I can create. Now, I've pre-done this description. So it's a best quality masterpiece, hyper-realistic snapshot of a tender and beautiful, highly detailed bear wearing a t-shirt with a hand-drawn picture of a bumblebee. The bear is walking in a pristine Australian tropical rainforest. Let's see whether this prompt gives us a different image compared to the other AI technology, which I'm sure it will, but let's determine which one's the best quality and gives us the bear that we're looking for our book. So let me check this out right now, and it might take a little bit of time to actually generate this image. Okay, so here's the bear. One thing that I didn't specify was the age of the bear. I like how it's created the realistic image. The Australian rainforest imagery behind it is very detailed, and the bear itself is very detailed as well. The bumblebee on the t-shirt is excellent. So that's an interesting, I guess, interpretation of what I've done. Next one, let's go to the new section of Canva where you can go make me an image, and I'm now going to put that exact in there. I'm going to do a square image. I might do a square image, and let's see what this one creates. And this one will create 4 images for me. And with Canva Pro, you do get, I've got 483 credits from 500. So this is what Canva has created. So it's not as detailed as ChatGPT 4. You can see how, again, the age hasn't been depicted. This one's got an older age for the actual illustration. So that's interesting, that one. Let's go to Tensor Art, which is another one. So Tensor Art is one that I've recently come across. So what you can do, you can choose any of these ones right here. There's memes, there's beauty, there's 3D, there's anime, there's realistic. You can choose any of these different ones as part of your style. Now you get, I think it's 100 credits when you sign up initially with Tensor.art, and you can do that. So you can actually see I've got 80 credits. You can buy more credits if you wanted to. There's different ones you can actually choose, and the one I've gone for is one called Flux.1. Now I'm going to do this prompt, and what you can do once you're on there, you go down here, you can look at the resolution, the width, the height. When you go down here, you want to change, I'd recommend keeping this to 20, and with the batch size, I'm going to do 2 images. Now you use more points per image is created, but you can go to the result and try. So let's go to go, and this should take a little bit of time to come up. We're just going to verify that, and you'll see the time. These are some other images I've created with this one. So we're just waiting for this one. It takes around about 30 to 120 seconds. You can see it ticking down here. So I'll pause this and I'll come back with the image that it creates, but I think it's going to be the best one out of them all. Okay, so it's almost done. It's at 99%. Let's have a look and see what the 2 images are that it creates. So we're waiting here. So this one, it's a very cute bear. It's gone for a younger age for this bear. And if we go to the second one, slightly different, very, very high quality, realistic looking bear. How about if we tried to get some consistency though of this bear across another, so if we slightly change the manuscript. So if we go back to this one right here, let's copy this and we're going to change this very slightly. So let's go, the bear is walking along a pristine beach maybe. So let me change that. So now I've changed it to the bear is walking along a pristine Australian beach. I might even have there is a lifeguard tower in the background. Right, so let's see this one here. I'm going to copy this again, and we're going to see the consistency of the character across and see whether we can get that consistency so that if we were to create a book, that same bear would appear in each of the images. Let's try ChatGPT. While that's loading, we can also go to this one here. Let's go try, and we're going to get rid of this. Get rid of that. Let's put this in. We're just going to go to one image and let's go on that one. So that's going to now try that one, and we can go back to Dream Lab and let's try the same thing. So across all three, we're now letting it do its work. Let's go back to ChatGPT and see the image and see if it's got consistency across them. So you can see this is on an Australian beach. You can see the tower in the background. It's very, very close. It's actually pretty good the way it's been able to do that. The bumblebee and the t-shirt are exactly the same. The age of the bear is very, very close. So I actually really like how ChatGPT has actually kept the consistency across those two images. Now, I was doing an experiment with a children's book about going to the dentist. So I actually featured this in a previous video I did. Let me just get those two illustrations now. And you can see that I've got the information put here, and little Tommy doesn't have safety glasses on that would likely go to the dentist, but in this illustration, Tommy does. So Tommy's different little curly hair and straight hair, different colored t-shirt. The dentist looks similar, just different glasses, no gloves. So that's interesting. If you go right back up here, that's another shot there. So probably that one looks consistent with the very last one that I did down here. So that's pretty similar. So let's have a look at Dream Lab. The bear looks a little bit different in age, and you don't see those kinds of lifeguard towers in Australia. You're more likely to see the ones that we just had on ChatGPT, which are these ones, which usually feature on the Gold Coast in Australia. So I do like that. Let's have a look at this last one here. So there you have the image by Tensor Art, or Tensor.art. Again, very, very realistic. The tower looks a little bit different in that one. Quite a nice Australian beach there. The bear probably looks similar to that one as it does in that one. So there is some consistency between those two. So far, ChatGPT has probably provided me with the best consistency across a couple of images. And it all depends on the prompt that you give it. And a lot of the times you do struggle to get consistency. But I've found with Tensor.art, if I've gone down here and look at these bears here, so you've got this bear, but this bear is very different. And if I look down into these ones here, so these might be the first images that I'm looking at, and then you're trying to get consistency. It's a little bit hard. That's with the same prompt. And it can be challenging to get that. But I found that with Tensor.art, you can get high quality images, I prefer these images. I think the way that they've completed them almost looks like a photograph. These ones are quite close, but I probably would think that Tensor Art is in the quality, but ChatGPT has the consistency. So they're careful things to consider when you're looking at them. So there's 3 different ones that you can use. You've got ChatGPT, you've got Dream Lab through Canva, and you've also got Tensor.art, and you can use that. It's a free sign-on. You can create in a free account. You get about 100 credits to start with, and with ChatGPT, you can sign up for roughly $20 per month. And then Canva, you can sign on to get the Pro account, which is roughly about $12, $13 per month. So there's a couple of different options for you, looking at ways that you can create illustrations and even consistency across them with different AI technology. I hope you found that information fascinating. It's interesting to see the different images you get from one platform to another using exactly the same prompt. You need to be sure that you include information to get consistencies. Some software is better than others when it comes to consistencies, and the AI technology will continue to improve. But as I've always mentioned, make sure you do your own research regarding the ability to use images and to use them for commercial purposes like selling books. That's one thing you really need to check out carefully. Anyway, thank you so much for watching the video, and I look forward to creating another one very soon for you. So until then, goodbye.